Hello, Group B. This week we're working on understanding of teen numbers. But before we get into that, let's make sure we all have the right page number. We are looking for page number 521. 521. You know, at school we talk a lot about place value, and sometimes I'll go, what does 521 look like? So let's just do a little review. 521. So this is the hundreds place value, the tens place value, and the ones place value. So when we look at the number 521, how many ones are there in the ones place value? Yep, there is one. And in the tens place value, how many tens do we have? Yep, we have two. And in the hundreds place value, how many hundreds do we have? Yep, we have five hundreds. So that number reads 521. Okay, let's get busy. If you have some kind of manipulative or learning things that you can count with, that would be great to have. If you don't have them now, will you please get a baggie of things that we can use later on? Okay, so what this problem is asking, it says have children count how many are in the cube train, and then write the number. Ask children to point to the next cube and count one more than 10. Continue counting the cubes and then write the numbers. So right here it says there's 10 blue cubes in this train, but let's just count them to double check. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, there are 10 cubes in this blue train. Okay. Now the important thing is that you start adding on, because we could count this blue train every single time, but we already know there's 10, and so let's just count on from 10. Ready? If we know there's 10 here and we're adding one more, how many would we have? Well, let's count on 10, 11. 10 plus 1 equals 11, right? Yeah. So let's do the next one. If there are 10 cubes in this blue train, and we already know that because we counted them, so we don't need to count again, let's add on 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there would be 12. Okay. We could also add on from 11, 11, 12, because then you're just adding one more. Or you can count from 10, 11, 12. That's also saying 10, 10 plus 2, 1, 2 equals 12, right? Okay, let's do all of them now. So there's 10 here, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 cubes. Ay, 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 you guys. Okay, here we go. 13. Remember, we're just adding on from this blue train 10, 11, 12, 13. Or because we know this is 12, because we already counted it, we can say 12, 13. It's also telling us that this is 10 plus 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go to page 522. 522. Let's use blue this time. 522. That is also a very large number. 522. Okay. So in the directions here it says have children describe the cubes in each group as 10 and some number of extras. Then have children draw lines to match the pictures to the numbers. So let's see. Let's first figure out, what are these numbers over here? What are those numbers? Ready? This one right here is 11, you're right. And this one, what is this number? Yeah, it's 12. And this number right here, it is 13. Yep. So remember from the last page, we figured out how many cubes were in the blue train already. Do you guys remember how many there were? Yep, there are 10. So if there's 10 here, and we just had to add on 2 more, let's do it. 10, 11, 12. So 12. So there's 1 10 and 2 1s. Let's take a look at this number 12 down here. Here's the 10 spot and the 1 spot. Remember back here I just said there's 1 10 and 2 1s. Yep, let's draw a line down to 12. Okay, right here, we already know there's 10 cubes in this blue train, so we just need to add on 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's take a look at the number 13. 13 has 1 10 and 3 1s, right? That is saying exactly what this picture is saying. It's saying that there is 1 10, 1 10, and 3 1s, right? Let's draw a picture down to that number. And with the last one, we could totally guess. We could go, well, because there's only one number left and one picture, we could just draw a line right up there. But let's double check ourselves. So we already know there's 10 cubes in this blue train, so we're just going to add on 10, 11. Yeah, there are 11. Okay. Let's go to the next page. Page number 523. Last page was 522. We added one more page to it, so it's 523, okay? It says have children describe the cubes in each group as 10 and some number of extras. For example, to describe the cubes in the top box, children might say there are 10 cubes and 4 extra. Then have children draw lines to match the pictures to the numbers. So let's see here. Let's go over these numbers. What number is this? Yep, it's 14. And this one right here, it's 15. You're right. And this one, 16. I think they're adding on So here's 14, and one more is 15, and one more is 16. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. We already know there are 10 cubes in this blue train, so we're just going to add on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 here. And so, like we talked about in last page, how many 10s are there? This big long train is your 10s. And there's only one train, so there's 1 10. And these guys right here, these are your 1s. How many 1s are there? Yep, there are 4, just like this number says. Let's do the next one. So there's 10 cubes in this blue train. Let's add on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's draw this picture down to the number 16. And just like this picture up here and the page before, we looked at the numbers and said, okay, 16, how many 10s are in the 10 spots? Well, we can look at this and go, well, there's only one train. So there's 1 10. And this one right here, there are 6 1s. And there's a 6 in the 1 spot. So there are 6 1s. Okay, this problem down here, we already know there are 10 cubes in this blue train. So let's add on our yellows. Ready? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's draw this picture up to the number 15. Okay. And just like we did with these two pictures, we're going to do the same thing down here. How many 10s are there? Well, there's only one train. So there's only 1 10. And 1s? How many 1s are there? Yeah, there's 5. So there's 5 1s. Okay. Down to the next page. Ooh, now these are there's a lot of those 1s, aren't there? So let's take a look at this. I'm going to walk you through this first problem, and then I'm going to have you do the rest of them on your own. So who remembers how many cubes are in our blue train? You're right. There are 10. So do we need to keep adding or keep counting to figure this out? How many cubes are in our train, or can we just add on from there? We can say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there are 19. That's saying there is 10 plus 9, right? That's what that picture is saying to us. 10 plus 9 equals 19. That's the equation, right? Ooh, let me fix that. 19. It was not very good. Okay, 19. So what you need to do is find which one of these says 19 and draw a line down to it. Okay, keep working hard, and hopefully we'll see you guys in a Zoom conference real quick. Bye.